Hello, everyone that is just joining in. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here. I cannot wait for me to redo my hair for my birthday. Cannot wait. But we're gonna wait and get started very, very soon. I hope everybody is doing amazing today. I want to get started early. I know this is earlier than I normally go live, but I want to get out and about before everybody else gets out and about. I mean, it's not that early. People are going to be out, but I want to get started ahead of time, more than usual. So we're going to be talking about mindless consumption again, and we're going to be diving into understanding what you're doing when you're mindlessly consuming and becoming mindful in our consumption, because we don't understand exactly how detrimental our consumption is when it comes to the foods that we're consuming, not realizing how toxic these ingredients are and what it's doing to our body exactly, because we understand that these ingredients aren't healthy. We understand that these added processed foods, these different foods that we eat like ramen and Sprites, drinking Sprites and having Swedish fish and hot Takis and different things like that, we understand that they're not healthy. They're junk food. But what we don't understand is that this junk food is literally putting our body in a stressed out state. And since we're sitting here consuming and mindlessly consuming, we don't even realize that it's linked to all the problems that we're having with the inflammation that we're having, the knee pain, the back pain, the hip pain, us not being able to release excess bloating and excess fat. All of these things are coming from terrible foods that we're mindlessly consuming. And so we have to become mindful in order for us to support our body, one, in healing, and two, to support ourselves in getting back to the healthy state that is going to keep us away from disease and illness, and then also allow us to be vibrant and energetic in our everyday life. And so if you don't understand that you are mindlessly consuming and harming yourself, thank you for the follow. If you don't understand what you're doing when you're consuming these foods and you don't know how it's detrimental to your body, you are constantly in a fight or flight mode. You are constantly putting yourself in a stressed out state. And we all know what stress does to ourselves externally. We know how stress looks externally. We age. We sit there, we develop wrinkles. We look tired. We sit there and we look like we're literally drugged through the mud. But we don't realize that we're also doing that to our insides. And so you don't sit there and think about the fact that just like how on the outside it reflects, on the inside the same thing is reflecting. On the inside, you're sitting there aging internally, your organs, thanks for the follow. You're sitting there internally sick. You're sitting there inflamed. You're sitting there, yes, you have excess fat on the outside because you're bloated in the face and in the gut and in the arms and in the legs. But the same thing is happening to your internal organs. That's why you have fatty liver. That's why you have heart disease. That's why you have high blood pressure. That's why you developed insulin resistance or diabetes. Because you're sitting there poisoning yourself and mindlessly consuming every single day and saying it's in moderation because maybe you don't eat ramen, but maybe once or twice a month. Maybe because you don't eat cereal, but every now and then. But not realizing that these toxins store inside of your body. They store inside of your fat cells specifically. And you don't release them and reset them like you need to because maybe you're not as active as you need to be. Maybe you sit here and you don't do cleanses and releases the way that you need to, and you believe that supplements, dietary supplements, diet culture is going to support you. You believe that any type of medication is going to get you to the reset and the release that you need. Not realizing that all of those things are momentary band-aids. They're not truly supporting you if you're not eating correctly, if you're not supporting your body every single month, if you're not treating your body like the vessel that it needs and it should not be consuming junk every single day. You are not truly supporting your body and you are mindlessly consuming and you're leading yourself to cancer. That's point blank period. Because if you do not know, inflammation is from toxin buildup, and inflammation feeds disease. And when you're inflamed and in a disease state, cancer is thriving inside of your body. When you have toxins build up inside of your fat cells, cancer is thriving inside of your body. And so you're sitting there consuming and not realizing that this cancer is literally feeding off of what you're doing every single day. You don't know how to do a parasite cleanse without tinctures because that's just literally a coat of the issue. It's masking the issue. You don't know how to get rid of parasites with food. And so you're sitting here feeding cancer because parasites make you toxic on the inside. When you're toxic, you're inflamed. And when you're inflamed, you're leading yourself to disease and cancer. You have to make the connections so that you can start being mindful when you're consuming, when you can be mindful when you develop something or something is going on with a sickness or an illness inside of your body. When you are mindful, you can pinpoint exactly what you did and what was harming you. You can pinpoint exactly what is going on and release it. You can pinpoint exactly what actions you took that led you to this place, and so that you don't do that habit anymore. So you release that habit. Because a lot of people don't even realize that you going to McDonald's, you're sitting there eating titanium dioxide with at least 3 of the 5 products that you get from McDonald's. Because let's say you get a burger or fries, maybe you get a side of something else. Like let's just say you just want some hash browns. You get some ice cream, and then maybe you get a soda on top of that. You didn't realize that majority of that stuff has titanium dioxide, citric acid, and it has sodium phosphate in it. All 3 of these things are literally making your body inflamed. Citric acid, majority of the citric acid that these companies use because it's cheap, it's made from black mold. You don't think that. You think it's made from citrus, which are like citrus fruits, oranges. No, they don't use oranges, they don't use lemons, they don't use limes. They sit there and get citrus from black mold and put that in your food to keep it from molding. But you're mindlessly consuming, so you're not even aware. You're mindlessly eating everything that you possibly can and putting it on your plate and cleaning your plate because that's what you've been taught. That's what you've been programmed to do all your life. Clean your plates. Don't leave any food there. There is not going to be any leftovers, so you need to go in ahead and eat what you need to eat. Not realizing that you're not going to starve if you don't eat that whole entire plate. You're not going to starve if you skip out on that snack. You're not going to starve by choosing a plant-based lifestyle, because I'm not starving in this lifestyle, and I enjoy every single thing that I consume. I know how to snack still and do it in a healthy way. I know how to read my labels so that I can go out and buy things like processed foods that are not literally making me inflamed and sick on the inside. But majority of y'all don't even realize what you're doing to your body. You don't realize that you've been in a fight or flight mode since you were a teen, since you were 8, since you were 5. You've been eating this way since you were able to chew. And you don't even realize that how toxic your habits are and how toxic they are to your body, and it's making you literally in fight or flight mode. And you sit there and you're like, I don't know if I'm fight or flight mode. I don't think I am. But then you look at your habits, you see how stressed out you are. You see that you can't release any excess fat or bloating. You sit here and you think that you're having anxiety and depression, but in reality, you're malnourished. You're sitting here developing things like insulin resistance. Maybe you have asthma. Maybe you're sitting here dealing with adult acne. And then you start to pinpoint where this is coming from, and you realize that it's your habits. Diseases and illnesses are not passed down generationally. It does not run in your family. What runs in your family is the terrible, crappy habits that you have that keep continuing throughout your family because nobody wants to break the cycle. Nobody wants to break the curse. And so if you are one of those people where you realize, and now you have made the connection that this crap is killing me and it's keeping me in a space that I don't want to be in, come work with me. All my links are in my social media bios. Watch my past lives that I post literally all for free on YouTube that tell you exactly what you need to do, why you need to do it, what is going on with our food industry. And if you are ready to get the how I did this for myself, how I transitioned my life, how I completely swapped my lifestyle, how I gave myself the strategies that allowed me to stay in this plant-based lifestyle that I have lived for literally over 3.5 years going on 4, I can support you. That's where all the links are there for. It's for you to realize that you are ready to work with me and you are ready to swap your habits. You said, girl, you were so right. My family looks like crazy for my changes. I don't mind it either. As long as it's been 3.5 years going on 4, and literally only within like the first 6 months to a year, my family really like made comments of just like asking me questions. Now they're just amazed about like what I can cook, what I do, how I live. And literally every single time they have an issue, I ask, do you want me to comment on it or not? Because I can tell you exactly where it's coming from. And that's why I tell them I can tell you exactly where it's coming from. We just had a family reunion, and my family was eating their food, I was eating mine, and everybody was talking about how they were inflamed afterwards. Their hands are swelling, their feet are swelling. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I can tell you where it's coming from. And my family members are like, I know. And I'm like, exactly, that's my point. We know where it's coming from. What are we going to do besides mindlessly keep consuming the way that we are? Because our habits are toxic. What we're doing is toxic. And we don't want to sit there and release it. My link is in my bio. It's not clickable on here, but it is clickable on my Instagram, my YouTube, and my Facebook. Or you can just screenshot it from my TikTok page and then just, press it down and it'll say open link. Thanks for the follow. Or you can leave me a DM and I'll send it to you directly if that's easier for you. But I want you guys to understand that like this mindless consumption is putting us in fight or flight mode, making us stress the hell out when it comes to our body. And it's not just me speaking. Literally the statistics that came out from the CDC is telling us and showing us the fact that since 2019, all the way when COVID ended in 2023, when they finally declared that it had ended, they did a study to see stress management and how we are as a society when it comes to the stress that is happening inside of us and what's going on with us. And literally it says that it went from us being stressed out, from it being, I think it was at, let me look at my notes because I have it pulled up right here. We were at around 48% when it came, no, that's chronic illness. Let me revamp that, run it back. For us being stressed out, women, first of all, report to being more stressed out than men it went from 5.3 for women and 4.8 out of 10 for men. So women feel like they're 5.3 on the scale of out of 10 stressed out. Men are at 4.8. We have the highest rates of high stress levels between women and men currently right now. 8 out of 10 women out of the 10 people that they studied said that they were stressed out. So it was either between 75% to 100% of the people that were in the study were talking about how stressed out they were. In women versus men, 27% of those women out of the 21% of men were saying how they were stressed out between a scale of between 8 to 10. They were in those numbers. And so you look at that and the statistics are there. They're on the CDC website. And you see the fact that it has gone up since what we were doing before then until now when it comes to stress and how bad stress has gone, because you look at the chronic illness. It's all reflecting each other. All these things are connected. When you're stressed the hell out on the inside, you're going to start becoming ill. When you're stressed out on the inside, you're going to be anxious. You're going to be depressed. Mental illness has gone up as well as chronic illness. These are not separate. This is not a separate thing. We're mindlessly consuming and not taking care of ourselves the way that we need to. Thank you for the follow. And we don't understand that we're mindlessly consuming and not taking care of ourselves the way we need to, because we're not doing any assessments. We're not doing any reflections. We're not observing the earth that is around us. Because when you look at these people out here and they say that they're healthy, but you can walk down the street and count 10 people and you can see out of 10 people, how many are actually taking care of their body correctly? Maybe one, maybe two. And that's another statistic that people are not aware of. There are 650 million people sitting on this earth dealing with obesity currently right now. There is, I think it's, what is it? Oh my goodness, I lost that statistic. It was in my head. I think it's 3.9. Don't quote me on this because I've said it before and I don't want to say, but it's at least over 1 billion people that are sitting here dealing with being overweight and they cannot release being overweight. And they don't realize it's literally because you have been programmed with terrible habits. We sit here and consume alcohol for a holiday, not realizing the fact that you're consuming alcohol every single weekend, thinking this is a celebration and poisoning your body. You're sitting here eating your processed snacks and your processed foods as some way to cope at the end of the day for you to be able to make it through to the next day. And so you're sitting here eating a whole roll of Oreos. You're sitting here eating the whole packet of cookies. And you're not realizing the fact that you are literally throwing your body off, not giving it any nutrients. And when you're sitting here craving all these sweets, instead of you going and getting natural sugar like fruits, instead of you sitting here using date syrup or something to make yourself a healthy snack that is going to support you, you go out and get it Oreos that have different types of additives and fillers in it that are not supporting you. You sit there and you go out and you get these different things that have citric acid. You go out and you get inflammatory dairy because you want some ice cream because you went through a breakup. You're having a hard time. And you don't realize that you're throwing your body's natural chemical balance off, making yourself crave the crap instead of craving the things that you should be craving, like fruits and vegetables, craving date syrup, craving natural sugars. Instead, you crave the toxic crap that is keeping you inflamed and sick and ill. And you're not switching any of your habits. You're not changing your ways. And you don't even know how to because you're not seeking how. But if you want that how, if you're searching for that how and you don't know where to get it because you know diet culture is not supporting you, you know Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and all these different programs are here to design to take your money and to make you sick. If you are aware what the Western medicine industry is doing to you and how it's harming you and how they're just profiting off of you being sick, I can support you in one, releasing the hole that you have with these prescriptions and these supplements, but two, support you in understanding how you can help your body heal, because your body is a healing vessel. And if it's not healing, you are blocking your healing, and you have to figure out where that block is coming from. Get to the root cause of the issue. And I can guarantee you, within a 5-minute call with me and talking with me, we can figure out that issue real quick. I promise you. It's a matter of you wanting to actually figure out the issue. Because I can't sit there and I can hold your hand through the process, but I can't sit there and baby you with wanting to come with the realization of what the issue is. If you want to figure out what the issue is and to deal with it, then I can walk you and hold your hand through it. But I'm not going to sit here and baby you through you wanting to figure it out. Because if you actually want to, you're going to go do it. But you saying what you want is not actually doing what you want. Because a lot of people say they want to be healthier. A lot of people say they want to lose weight. A lot of people say they want to change their lifestyle. They say they don't want to go back and forth to the doctor. They say they want to get off their prescription. You say a lot of things, but what are you doing to actually get there? What are you doing to get off the prescription? What are you doing to no longer have to go back and forth to the doctor? What are you doing to be healthier and to release the excess bloating and fat that you have going on? What are you doing to keep yourself from disease and illness? Because if you're mindlessly consuming and doing what society is doing and fitting in this box of normal, you are doing what everybody else is doing and you're not helping your body. You're not supporting your body. And you will never be in the healthy state that you want to be in. You will never be able to release diet culture. You won't even understand what diet culture is truly doing to you. And if you don't know, let me break it down to you what diet culture is doing to you. You're sitting there doing a momentary diet for weeks on end or months on end or however long, a couple of days. So your body is going to obviously into the state of you restricting calories, restricting foods, keeping things away from you. Yes, you're going to lose weight. But when you get in the space of going back to what you have designed naturally in your habits, because that is what you've been trained to do, your body is recognizing that imbalance. It knows that you're going to go back to those crappy habits. So when you go back to the crappy habits, your body holds on to the fats. It holds on to the crap that you consume because it knows you're going to do the diet culture again. So your body goes into panic mode and says, let me hold on to this because she might make me not have this anymore. She might make me have to starve because instead of me consuming the 2,000 plus calories I consume, she went down to 1,200. And then you do that for a couple of weeks and then go back to your old lifestyle, eating McDonald's, going to your fast food places, going to these restaurants, and your body holds on to that. And so you yo-yoing, going back and forth is keeping you in this space of stress, putting your body in fight or flight mode and holding on to the crap that you're trying to release. And so you did the diet for no reason. You could have just kept doing what you were doing. And you don't even realize the fact that you are worse off after than what you were when you started. Because majority of people, and I'm speaking from experience and witnessing others, you do a diet, you gain the weight back that you already lost and more. So why? Why keep doing that to yourself when you know that it's an imbalance and it's not helping, it's not working? Instead of finding an actual solution that's going to support you. Because that's what society has programmed you to believe. Diet culture is here for you to lose weight. Diet culture is here to do this for you. That's what society has programmed you to do. Listen to diet culture. Listen to these people that are poisoning you every single day. Listen to these people that profit off of you not knowing how to take care of your body. Listen to these people that sit there and continuously poison you with the products that you consume and yet you use. Because even, let's go deeper, even the products, this lash is literally, it's like sitting way too high. But let's go a little deeper. You sit there, thanks to the follow, and you use these chemical products. You use bleach in your home. You wash your body with, you use Summer's Eve women's wash. You use these feminine fragrances and all these different things, and you put them on your intimate parts. You're putting them near your lymphatic system. You're sitting there using these chemicals because it cleans you not realizing it's throwing your hormonal balance off. And so you're wondering why your cycle is painful. You're wondering why you're estrogen dominant or you're progesterone dominant. You're wondering why you're skipping and missing periods. You're wondering why you're anxious. You're wondering why you're having panic attacks. You are throwing off your hormonal balance. You're throwing off your natural chemicals because you don't even know what these terrible chemicals are that you're putting on your body. You don't realize that bleach is literally masking and making your air toxic. It is not truly cleaning and disinfecting like you're thinking, but rather just coating the surface with the smell and bleach. That's all it's doing. It's not actually disinfecting the area to remove the bacteria. But they tell you that because there's a bleach commercial, right? There's a commercial that tells you that's what it's doing. There's a Lysol commercial that tells you you spray Lysol all up in your air and spray this Lysol, but you don't know that Lysol used to be marketed as a feminine cleaning product, a feminine hygiene product, excuse me. They used to tell you to spray Lysol on your intimate parts as women, and this is a feminine hygiene spray. And now they tell you to spray it in your air because they realized it was too toxic to be on your intimate parts. So now they're telling you to spray it in your air, breathe it in. And you don't do any research, you don't learn anything, and you don't dive into it deeper to learn the fact that these people are doing autopsies on bodies, and not only are their organs 3 times the age of what they externally are. So right now I'm 25, I'm about to be 26 this month. So my organs internally, if I sit there and consume the way that I was consuming and doing what I was doing to my body, my organs would be sitting there in their 50s, going on 60s. Majority of these people don't even realize that. But you also don't realize that when you are breathing in these toxic chemicals that are in your air, they're storing inside of you because you're breathing them in. They're not leaving. Just because you don't smell it anymore does not mean that it's gone, because you know your little plugins in the wall. When you leave and you come back after a little while from your home still smells like the plug-in. But when you sit there for weeks on end, you get used to it, but you're still breathing it in. And so they're doing these autopsies, they're cutting these bodies open, and they're discovering that their internal organs are smelling like Febreze. They're smelling like Lysol. They're smelling like these little plugins that you have in your house. They do not care about you. All they care about is making money off of you. You think that these companies care about, if you think that these products are supporting you, if you truly believe when you read that label and it says it's non-toxic and you don't know what's in it because they did not list what's in it, you're being fooled. And it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to realize you're being fooled and wake up. Because they love profiting off of you being brainless, you being mindless, you not caring enough about your own body. Nobody can care about you unless you care about yourself first. Nobody can show you love if you're not showing your body love first. Because you can say all the time, I love myself, I care for myself. But if you are not even realizing what you're doing to your body when it comes to what you're eating and what you're putting on it, you don't love yourself enough. Anything you put on your skin is absorbed within 24 seconds of coming in contact with your skin. It goes straight to your bloodstream. And what filters your blood? Your kidneys. What's supposed to be filtering toxins? Your liver. If you already are built up with toxins because you never do anything to release the toxins in your fat cells and it's storing inside of your body, your liver's already working 2 to 3 times of more than what it already does on a normal day. Now your kidneys are sitting here having to hold on to the toxins because your liver can't catch up. And so this is how you get kidney disease. This is how you get liver disease. This is how you have liver failure. This is how you have kidney failure. Let's make the dots connect. Connect these dots and stop just consuming mindlessly. Realize you deserve better and you want to do better for yourself. You don't want to be stressed out all the time. You don't want to be putting your body in a fight or flight mode and staying there for 40 plus years, 50 years. You don't even want to stay there for 15. Especially the way this world is going, you don't want to be there for another 15. You don't want to even be there for another 5. You don't want to be there for another 3. Because y'all are seeing all these people, because y'all watched the BET Awards. Taraji P. Henson said it, and you know it's been out since 2019 what their agenda is. And now they're telling you on national TV, on these live broadcasted shows, what their agenda is. That was your one and final warning. They might give you some more, but I've been telling you for a while now, since I've been going live, and I've been going live since January. It's time for you to realize there's an agenda against you. And the 2030 initiative, it literally tells you we're overpopulated and not creating enough food, not making enough food. And instead of them telling people, we don't have enough food to feed everybody. We have homeless starving. We have people that are out here homeless, period, and starving. We should start making gardens. It should be required in every community to have their own garden. It should be required that if you have a certain amount of space, you should have a garden of some sort, of growing some sort, if it's just one crop. But in reality, we have all these associations, all these foundations that tell us we can't create a garden in our home because we have an HOA. We can't have gardens on this land because that's against the land's deed. They have all of these rules and regulations that go against us actually creating and making a space for us to be able to be safe and secure. And so what do? Instead of helping us out and helping the community like they're saying they're doing because we're not making enough food and we have too many people, they start making fake food. They start making GMOs. They make ways for these companies to profit more instead of helping the community that they're so worried about. When are you going to realize the agenda is against you? There is nobody that is telling you that you can heal when you are listening to Western medicine. But I live a holistic lifestyle. I am plant-based, and I'm telling you, I have healed myself from asthma, from inflammation. So that led me to asthma, inflammation that was causing my allergies because I live in Tennessee. It is allergy season all the time for me. You don't realize what you're doing to your body. I had knee pain. I was wearing 2 knee braces in 5th grade. I no longer wear a knee brace. I don't have to take an inhaler. I do not have an inhaler. I don't have to go back and forth to the doctor to ask them these different things that's going on inside of my body. Yes, I'll bring it up. I might get a diagnosis, but I'm not taking medicine for it. I'm not getting a surgery for it. And for you women that are out here that are sitting here thinking that you're having infertility issues because you have fibroids and cysts and you think that you have endometriosis, so you have to go get a hysterectomy and all these different things, you have to go get surgery, you are being fed programming and they don't know what to do about it to heal you. They know how to remove the issue, which is not dealing with the roots, because it's going to come back if you're not dealing with the roots. You're sitting there being told to get all of these different surgeries, and you don't understand that when you are cut open and you are getting something removed out of you, they're going to have to cut you open again if you don't change your habits or your ways. And majority of you won't, because you think the issue was fixed because they removed it, but you didn't get to the roots. So when are you going to release these terrible, crappy habits that you have and start to shift your life for the better? Because you deserve better. You don't deserve to be sitting here not knowing how to take care of your body at our big old age. Like, we'd be sitting here all of our life not knowing how to take care of our body. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is not your fault because you've been programmed to not know how to take care of your body. But it should be your desire to reparent your habits so that you can. Like, there is nobody that can truly get you to the space of healing if you are believing in diet culture, supplements, these Western medicine doctors, and you believe that their word is bond. You get a diagnosis and you believe this is a life sentence. Only you can release that. Only you can start to shift your habits and your ways to realize that they have lied to you. Only you can really pull the wool off of your eyes and look at that and understand the fact that these companies are profiting off of you and they only see you as a consumer and a dollar sign, nothing more. They don't see you as a human. They don't see you as somebody that's worthy. They see you as a dollar sign, and you deserve better. And if you want better for yourself and you want to know how I did this for myself, what strategies I did, and to get support throughout the way, to get walked through it, to have accountability, I can support you in doing that. All of my links are in all my social media bios. If you are watching this later on, because I post all of my free lives, free content on YouTube for you to know what you need to do, why you need to do it, what is going on. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Like this video if you're watching it later on. And I truly hope that like everything that I give you gives you enough information for you to realize that they are poisoning you and they do not care about you. And it's up to you to educate yourself on how to switch and how to change. Whether it's you doing research like I have since 2020, or you buying and working with me so that I can walk you through it and to give you the help and the accountability and to make it easier for you versus you having to do hours of research like I've been doing since 2020, because I'm consistently and constantly researching. And if you are not on my email list, you need to join my email list, because I send out different informational emails. I send you out I was sending out recipes, but I am working up a cookbook right now, so I'm no longer sending out recipes for free. I did that all the beginning of the year, so I'm sorry for the ones that missed out. I literally sent out a recipe a week since January. And right now, currently, if you book a one-on-one with me, it's going until July 17th. Once July 17th is over, that bundle is no longer going to be accessible. If you get a bundle with me for booking a one-on-one call with me, you get a bundle with my Purge the Poison ebook, as well as my Transition to a Plant-Based Lifestyle Masterclass replay that is going to show you exactly what you need to do, or why you need to do it, and what is going on with our food industry and how you're consuming currently and how it's poisoning you, and breaking it down and showing you what I did to get in this space and breaking down what you need to do. And so all of those three things are going to support you in getting the healthy foundation that you need, as well as you being able to ask me questions on that 45-minute call that is going to support you in staying in the space and getting accountability and being able just to ask questions from a space of watching the content and the information and gaining all that content information, maybe even doing some research on your own. Maybe you have a disease or an illness that you want to combat and to understand. All of these things combined together is truly going to support you. It is not even priced at what it should be priced at, because that right there is literally setting you up for success. You get the replay and you get to keep it forever, as well as that call. You get to keep that forever. And my Purge the Poison ebook. You get to keep that forever. Those three things are setting you up for success. Hands down. Hands down. So I am going to hop off of here, but I'll take questions for the next couple of minutes. So if you are in the chat, and if you do not know who I am, because I didn't introduce myself on this live, hi, my name is Kendra. I am a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I'm here to support you in understanding what is going on with our food industry and understanding how toxic our food is. And our topic has been lately, and it's been really resonating with y'all, is mindfulness and being mindless with the way you consume. And so we are trying to break the habit, break the curse of being mindless and being mindless when we're consuming food and what we're putting on our body, and becoming aware and making the connections between what we are doing. And so if you are in here right now and you have any questions about healthy habits, if you have any questions when it comes to you knowing what to do about something that's going on inside of your body, maybe you have a question about just plant-based lifestyle, plant-based living, or any questions about the lifestyle that I live, if you just want to know more, please ask that right now before I hop off. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. And then I am going to head to the store, because I don't know what time all these stores are closing today. I know they're probably closing early. And so I want to hurry up and get down there, because I have a couple of things I need to grab. And honestly, I don't feel like dealing with traffic. But we're going to try to get there really quickly. Really quickly. So if anybody has any questions while you're in here right now, please ask. Feel free to ask. I will answer to the best of my ability. And if you don't feel comfortable with sharing your question right now while you are on live with me, you can also DM me. All of my DMs are always open, and I will answer your DM to the best of the ability that I have. And if I have any products or services that will support you, I will refer you to them, as well as obviously answer your question. I'm not going to be like, I can't do this for you, but I will help you. Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing today? If you have any questions, the time to ask is now. Before I hop off, I'm going to give you about 2 more minutes. And then I'm going. I don't know what their hours are for today. I'm looking up the hours while I'm sitting here waiting for y'all to ask questions. Your link doesn't open, FYI. It does open. You just can't click it on here. Like I said earlier, I don't think you were on here. For the ones that don't know, you cannot click the link that is in my bio for TikTok, but you can click it on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Those are linked, but you can also just screenshot it and hold it down, and it'll open the link for you. Because if you have an iPhone, I don't know about Androids, or if you just send me a DM and you say, send me the link emoji, or you can ask me about the link. I will send you the link directly. Is the dairy-free cheese any good that's in the stores? Do you mean taste-wise, or you mean health-wise? Before I answer that. And if you do not know, I literally, like I said, I give you so many freebies. I have a video how I make plant-based cheese sauce. And I literally have it pinned to my account, my page. So you can go check out on my TikTok. For the people that don't know, it's on my TikTok. So I literally show you how I make my plant-based cheese sauce. Now the cheese, for like shredded cheese, They're not the best. They switched. I used to get Daya because they didn't have any like crazy things in it, and they still don't have anything that's like too crazy. But I try to avoid them just because, one, I try to make sure I don't eat too much yeast, and all of those cheeses have yeast in them. As well as they just changed the recipe, so majority of them now, in order for them to melt, they use some kind of corn. And I've talked about this a lot. Corn is GMO. All corn is genetically modified, so I consume it sparingly. If I really, really want some shredded cheese, I will get shredded cheese that is vegan. But I don't eat it. I probably eat it maybe once a month. Like, I don't eat it often at all. That's moderation. That's in moderation. Because a lot of people think that moderation is eating it once, twice a week. Moderation is me eating it maybe once a month, maybe. So it's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's definitely better than dairy. For sure, for sure. It's definitely better. I would suggest that if you're going to like try to get off of dairy, because I was a dairy lover before, and so stepping into this lifestyle, it definitely helped me, for sure, for sure. You're starting your transition, but you're needing recipes. Well, I'm letting you know, I am coming out with a cookbook very, very soon. It's gonna have feel-good recipes. It's gonna have easy, quick meals. It has like a full, like, get started. This is the perfect way for you to get started. It's going along with my Purge the Poison series. I am going to be selling the book separately, but I am making it into a bundle for the people that like just want the entire series. Because I had something come to my brain the other night, and I was like, ooh, that would be really, really good with it. So I think I'm going to make it into a big bundle series. But for the ones that just want my, Purge the Poison ebook, for example, the one that tells you about the common toxic poisons, like, you can get that separately, or the the cookbook separately. But I am making a bundle. So for anybody that has any more questions, I will stay on here for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to hop off. So ask your questions while you got me. I'm trying to think of, because I was like, now that you brought that up, I was trying to think of what the name of it that I had, because I was like, oh, that was a good name. I was thinking of it half asleep, half not kind of situation. I think I remember. Yes, that's what it was. Now I remember. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions. You guys have any more questions? For the people that are just joining, I am taking questions for anybody that has any questions about healthy lifestyle, living a plant-based lifestyle, what I do, or if you have any questions about what you should do, drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'm trying to think. Where is my... There it goes. I have like literally an idea dump in like all of my folders, and so I just go on there and just drop my ideas for later on when I'm looking back and I'm like, what was that idea I had? And be like, oh yeah. All right, I guess I'm not seeing any questions. So once I write this down, if I'm not seeing any more questions, I'm going to hop off, and I'm gonna spend some time with my niece and my nephew. It's like I'm blank now that I have someone I can ask. And if you think about it, after I get off live, like I said, all of my DMs are open. It's no problem at all. It's literally not any problem. I'm going to do another live very soon, a Q&A live, because I did a Q&A live, I think, last month, and it went really, really well. I feel like everybody enjoyed it. They got to ask a lot of questions. It drew in a lot of new people. So I think I'll do another Q&A this month. I'm going to try to get it in before my birthday, maybe. But I understand that, like, when you have the opportunity, you go blank. So if you do have any questions and they come to you later on, all of my DMs are open. What was I trying to think? What was it called? Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. You said, what about store-bought almond milks and oat milks, or would you rather make it yourself? The only milk that I buy from the store is, there's a coconut milk in a can from Costco. That's the only one I buy, just because it's pure coconut milk. There's no water. There's nothing added to it. It's literally 100% coconut milk. And it's easy for me to like dilute it and to use it. There is something white on my lash. I knew I was seeing something white. And then it got stuck. Goodness gracious alive. Hold on, y'all. There's something white. But I use that one. I don't remember what it's called. I don't think it's a Kirkland brand. You can't have coconuts. Well, then I suggest you make it for yourself. My niece showed me the Malk. I think that's what it was. It was Malk, M-A-L-K. I think that's what it's called, or something like that. I think. I could be wrong. There's one of them. I don't know, because I don't buy milk. That's the only issue. Like, that's the only milk that I buy. And then if not, I make it. But I know how to make it. It's easy. So it's like, I prefer if it's not literally pure what it is, like if it has anything else, I don't buy it. So my suggestion to you, read the ingredients. If it has anything else besides literally like almond milk, like almond water, maybe salt, it might have sugar sweetener, vanilla or whatever. If it's not pure vanilla extract, if it has any other ingredients, wouldn't get it. Same thing with the oat milk. But oat milk is so easy to make. Almond milk is easy too. You just have to soak it. But oat milk is so easy. Yeah. Anything with gums in it, don't eat it. Don't consume it. Gums, all those gums, the different gums of various gums, because there's literally so many different gums, because it's keeping the milk, it's thickening. Basically, it's a thickening agent, and that thickening agent is throwing off your gut balance. It hurts your gut. So do not consume anything that has gums in it, food or drink or anything like that's truly harming your gut biome. And so if you want to learn how to make all these things and do all these things, and I want to mention, even in the protein powders, I've never taken protein powder. I'm never and that's one thing that people worry about is going to a plant-based lifestyle is proteins. I've never taken a protein powder. I don't take any powders to supplement. The only thing that I take for powders is like spirulina and moringa. That's it. Like, I don't use supplements. I don't use anything. I eat my nutrients. And so I focus on eating a rainbow plate. And so this is the things that I teach you if you work with me in my 6-week program. And I forgot to say this, or my 12-week program, because I have a 6-week and then you can extend it to 12 weeks, or you can just buy the 12 weeks outright. Currently right now, for the 6 and the 12 weeks, because the 12 weeks is way more than the 6 weeks, for the first 3 people that get in there, it is at $9.97. The original investment is over 100, not 100K, 1K is 1.5K. And so if after those 3 people, it will no longer be $9.97. And I'm only running that just because I'm feeling generous for my birthday, because, I'm feeling good. I want to give back because I know that there are a couple of people that have inquired about my program lately that are in the works of getting there. And so I want to give everybody the opportunity because they DM me about my program. And so I want to let everybody know about my program before those 3 spots fill up. And they're like, where did the $9.97 go? And it's because those people have already inquired and they're ready to go. And like I said, all my social media is like, I'm getting inquiries on my TikTok, on my YouTube, on my Facebook, YouTube comments. I'm going to say this is different. I don't think they have a DM on YouTube, but they have comments. But I want to let everybody on here know, and the people that are going to watch this live later on my YouTube, I am doing a special price, but it's only for the first 3 people that get into that program for $9.97. After that, it's going up. And for the 12-week program, it's 3.5K. So it's like, it's not cheap, but I'm literally walking you through the process of you learning how to go plant-based, what you need to do, how I do it, giving you recipes, giving you a pantry audit, giving you step-by-step assignments that allow you to get into the space, giving you basically like it's a whole program. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's literally a whole program. So by the end of the program, because the 6-week is the accelerated program, you just get the basics of understanding and the foundation. But the 12 weeks is literally walking you through step by step. By the end of that 12 weeks, which is 3 months, it will get you to the space of how to do this with ease. You will be literally in a plant-based lifestyle within 3 months. And it's walking you step by step, giving you the accountability as well as the strategies that I have, and giving you the tips and the tools, and me having access to me. That's really what it is. A whole lot of access to me. You get to message me whenever you need to. You get to video chat with me whenever you need to. We have live sessions. We have 2 check-ins for the 12 weeks, and we have 1 check-in for the 6 weeks. And then we have follow-ups at the end, obviously. But that program will truly support anybody that is ready. It's not for the people that are lukewarm, in and out. Those are for the people that are ready to start healing, and they're ready to get off of prescriptions. They're ready to release the disease or the illness that they're having, or they're ready to not lead themselves there. They're ready to no longer be inflamed. They're ready to no longer be toxic. They're ready to support their body. That's what that 6-week program is for. For the people that are ready to break free. For the people that are ready to bloom, because it's the Bloom and Thrive program. It's for the people that are ready to bloom and thrive. And for any women that I have in here, if you are a woman CEO, I have the same offer for the women that are high earning, stressed out business women that work in these companies that make tons of money and aren't treating it with respect, and they're stressed out every single day. I also have the same offer for you, but in your businesswoman program, there is I think it's a Thrive as a business woman, or Thrive as as a CEO, I have to think of exactly what it is. But I have the offer for both. And so for everybody that's in here, if you do not know, I'm Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist, and I'm not saying any more questions. So I'm going to hop off of here. All of my links are in my bio. Like I said, they're clickable except for on TikTok. You're going to have to screenshot it, or you could just copy and paste it, whatever. DM me if you cannot figure it out. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and enjoy.